So yeah, that's about as ripe as they come right there. Right off the tree, that deep color, just a little bit of green on it. And that's like pretty soft to the touch, almost overripe, but it's perfect. So we'll see how this tastes, and if it's any good, we'll take some seeds out of it and put them in a pot and try and get some good little sprouts going. Oh yeah, chocked full of good genetics. Pretty solid. That one actually is really good. It's kind of got like a bubblegummy taste on top of the papaya. It's really nice. I'm gonna use quite a bit of these to try and propagate some plants for fruit, and then we'll use a bunch of them to kind of do a cover crop and feed the garden as well. Let's probably kind of take out some of the pulp or whatever so it's not like rotting in the pots. But yeah, they all actually have a protective like jelly sac around them. If you're saving seed, you're supposed to pop these and like rinse them off and get that membrane off of them. But since we aren't saving them and drying them, we can just plant them as is. Otherwise that's kind of a tedious task. And males can use these as a form of preventative birth control. But it takes about 3 weeks to kick in. Like, you gotta eat the seeds, but they don't taste real good or whatever, but like, you know, could be a more natural alternative than some of the other choices. I've got like a mix down here. It's got perlite and everything. Like, there's a little bit of our red earth in it too, but it's a pretty good mix. They have a pretty good germination rate, but we're gonna end up with like a dozen or more, and then we can separate them out. And a lot of people like to plant these like right in a bed, and I'll probably sprinkle some more on there because they aren't very deep. But some people like to plant the papayas right in a garden bed, which is pretty cool too, honestly, because you don't have to transplant them. But seeing how it's been so dry lately, we're just gonna go with the pot, because we can keep it under better control since it's not out in the baking sun all day. The downside to doing it in the pot here is that they're gonna go through somewhat of a transplant shock. They don't really like to have their roots disturbed. So it is nice to plant them right in the garden bed if you can. So here is the result of that. And these are a little bit past due to be set out, but we're gonna put some out anyhow. I mean, it's never too late really, they're still alive. But you can tell this one's starting to yellow at the top. It wanted in the ground a little while ago, but they're doing better than this one is, so we're gonna put some in the ground. So, like, since this one's just all on its own, like its little partner here died, you can just take the whole thing. It wants to come out pretty easy, and it's still fairly moist. Oh, and crumbly. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Want that crumbly stuff right down around it. Might as well get this dark stuff in the hole. But yeah, you want to make sure to get, like, one thing that you don't want to overlook when you're backfilling, you don't want a bunch of this stuff all around, like the big clumps all around. So then you get big air pockets, and that can create like, just like mold problems for the roots and stuff. You want to get the smallest crumbles possible and like really make sure that it's filled in, and that's why you want to really water a tree like crazy when you first put it in too, because then all these will break down into mud and just fill in all one solid layer of dirt. Because down underground there's not like big hollow pockets of air naturally. I'm basically just putting my hand down here so it doesn't like create a big crater when it hits like that and wash it out. Just a nice little breaker. The power of sharing is alive out here. I'm feeling it, tasting it. Let's go find some more stuff to share.